Wagwan, it's your boy Rasta back with another video for y'all. And y'all see the title, King Von, Friends Become Enemies. This probably gonna be like the last, 9 times out of 10 it's the last video I'm gonna do probably. They got anything to do with King Von, if it got like, story-wise. Cause I ain't like one of them type of niggas when somebody pass away, keep spamming them, for clout and shit. Like, shit, only did one video. Even though I only did one, like, this probably gonna be my second video that I do with, any situation talking about King Von. But after this is my only last video. Only thing, I really had reacted to recently was, I think, a song of his. But, we ain't gonna really talk about that. This kind of a long video, so I ain't gonna do too much talking before it. I'm gonna wait till the video gets started. So we're gonna go ahead and get straight into this.
People told me you a young boy.
Hold on. And I'm gonna go ahead, hold on. Let me go ahead and just leave this right here, right now. And we go ahead and, we at 900. Dawg, I'm tweaking. We ain't at 900 no more, hold on. By the time my next video drop, I should be at 1K. If y'all really rock with your boy, I should be at 1K. We at like 965 right now. We flying through these 900s fast in the beat. You feel me? But we gonna get back into this.
Young boys beefing or something like that.
I know they saying that.
What happened?
They be saying that a lot. It's like we got the same issues and holes that there. You know how the internet try to make it. But it ain't nothing too serious, nothing that you should worry about.
5 people were shot overnight in downtown Atlanta. 2 of them died, and now investigators are working to figure out what led up to the violence.
Just keep moving, cuz. You got it. My fault. Yeah.
The fact that people keep showing this video thinking he was talking to King Von, he was not talking about King Von. He was saying he shot. He was talking about Lil Tim, because Lil Tim got shot that same night. And they was trying to rush him to the hospital. So ain't got nothing to do with no King Von. Stop saying this shit.
Yeah. Man, we shot. What you mean wrong side?
Alright, what's up everybody? We gotta talk about this King Von situation. Rest in peace. It's tragic. Everything that could've went wrong that night. Von was shot in the parking lot of the Monaco Hookah Lounge right in the center of downtown Atlanta after this huge brawl with Quando Rondo's crew and a couple of undercover police. Everything was captured on surveillance cameras with multiple angles, and I've seen so many rumors and fake stories circulating. The stuff about Dirk buying all the tickets to Quando Rondo's next show, news sites posting Snapchats from a fake Quando Rondo account calling King Von Queen Von. That's all fake. We don't have to invent stories. Reality is already crazy. People don't even know. There was almost a second shootout the night Von was killed. After the chaos in the parking lot at the hookah spot, both crews rushed to the hospital and went to the same one. That's why Quando Rondo went immediately to Instagram Live when he got to the entrance at the Grady Memorial Hospital.
Just keep breathing, cuz. Come on.
And while they moved Von's body on the highway 8 miles from the hospital to the morgue, Atlanta police were in the very same hospital charging Quando Rondo's boy Lil Tim for the murder of King Von. Now, not only is Lil Tim fighting this felony murder case, but something people don't know is he's already fighting a conspiracy case in Georgia. After this year-long investigation took down a trap house in Savannah, confiscating 15 pounds of kush, $16,000 cash, and a bunch of guns. And if you're online even a little bit, you've seen the rumors circulating that NBA Youngboy is responsible for Von's death. We saw close NBA Youngboy affiliates going immediately to IG Live as soon as it happened, laughing at Von being killed.
The jokes on you, this now you getting wrapped down. Yeah.
Say that's that Von pack. When I seen he got popped, all I could do was laugh.
Now, we're gonna get into all this, but before we do, check out my song of the day. This is my guy Young Po. Let's go. Alright, it's messed up to say, but this is the most attention Quando Rondo's ever gotten in his career. He was never a headliner, he's not a huge artist, and now he's in the position where he's playing up the role of the bad guy. Dropping that song, addressing the King Von situation, shooting that video, dressed up as the guy who killed him, Lil Tim. He's been wearing bulletproof vests everywhere, getting all his shows canceled, and what makes this situation worse, at one point, King Von and Quando were cool with each other.
63rd nigga, some dirty ass nigga. I'm talking about, hey, listen, bro, man, a nigga on 64th and y'all 63rd niggas over there smoking crack.
That's a video from a year ago of the two of them before a show in Atlanta, cracking jokes and making fun of Von's ops together. But realistically, this relationship was not gonna last. And yes, NBA YoungBoy is involved.
YoungBoy, the YB situation was just too real, just too good. All us got a real bond, so I don't f that music shit, like, you feel me? This shit is way deeper than that.
The reason YoungBoy is mentioned in this is cause he has ties with both Quando and Von. Quando was the first artist signed to YoungBoy's Never Broke Again label. They've been real close ever since, making music, doing shows. They even tag team jumped their own security together.
Damn. They put MBV. Dumbass.
And when YoungBoy was beefing with Kodak Black a couple years back, Quando showed his loyalty by going on IG Live and burning Kodak's merch.
Man, it's up. Man, we on some NBA shit, man. Tell Ethic don't send me this shit no more, man.
He even went to New York and got into a brawl in Brooklyn with Kodak's artist Tutu G's. According to Tutu, Quando got slapped, people were throwing chairs, it was chaos. Now thankfully, nobody got hurt, but the beef is still on to this day. And YoungBoy's got a huge list of these industry beefs with people he doesn't get along with. One tension that was slowly building behind the scenes was with him and a new artist out of Chicago named King Von.
Fuck YoungBoy talking about on this song, bro. He talking crazy on this man.
Oh yeah?
He ain't even like that. On his ass, man. You got cap in your raps.
At this point, Von was just starting to get hot. He had Crazy Story 1 out, the buzz was slowly building. And in March of 2019, Von went on Instagram Live to say that YoungBoy was lying in his raps. YoungBoy fans were quick in the comments, spamming him to apologize or something was gonna happen to Von in 48 hours. Fast forward a couple months to December of 2019. Lil Reese, who's super close to Von, comes out and says he would never do a song with YoungBoy. After fans were asking him for a collab, we could see these lines being drawn real quick between O-Block and YoungBoy's crew 4KT. Fast forward again, 4 months ago. These photos surface of Von holding hands with YoungBoy's ex-girl and baby mama, Jania. At the same time, Von was tweeting subliminals about posting some other dude's girl, doing stuff that would have him stop claiming his kids. It didn't take long for YoungBoy to match that energy and go out and do a song with King Von's ex-girl, Asian Doll. Both of them using each other's girls as props to get at one another. And the whole time, people like 600 Breezy from Chicago were hyping Von up, saying stuff like, I love what you're doing, we know what you're doing, hashtag Rapper K. So he's saying Rapper Killer. Basically, he's cryptically talking about YoungBoy, who then responded indirectly but super directly at the same time by saying, I'm gonna make sure my son F's your daughter since you're trolling. Now this tension kept building and building behind the scenes. Von's even got subliminals about YoungBoy on this new album he dropped last month, Welcome to O-Block. On the song Mine 2, Von says outright that he's got beef in Louisiana and the other dude doesn't know. He's rapping that gangster shit, now he's got a show. So when the news hit last month that Von got killed in a confrontation with YoungBoy's artist, theories started to circulate that it was YoungBoy who ordered the hit. 2 days after Von was killed, a fan uploaded an old unreleased song from YoungBoy and titled it like it was a King Von diss called Let Them Shots Off. Now this was pure clickbait, but the video still managed to go to number 8 on trending on YouTube, and it's not about King Von at all. And I saw fans starting to go back into YoungBoy's catalog, reading into his lyrics, looking for clues. One song in particular, they claim predicted Von's death 2 months before it happened. The song is called Dead Trolls, and at one point in the song, YoungBoy talks about planning to rob somebody in Atlanta. He talks about leaving his ops dead and mentions D Rose being away from the Chicago Bulls home. You connect the lyrics, King Von was staying in Atlanta, he got killed in Atlanta. D Rose was a point guard for the Chicago Bulls, but in Chicago Drill, D Rose was an infamous O-Block shooter who got 40 years for a murder. He's been shouted out on numerous tracks by Chief Keef, and even Von, who's got photos side by side with him. And this song Dead Trolls just happened to drop shortly after these photos surfaced of King Von holding hands with Jania, YoungBoy's ex-girl. Now, before we get carried away, no, I don't think this song predicted Von's death 2 months before it happened. I don't think YoungBoy cooked up some Louisiana voodoo to make that happen. In reality, the Atlanta line could be about anybody. Half the industry's in Atlanta, and YoungBoy beefs with half the industry. JayDaYoungan, Fredo Bang, their beefs are well documented. Both of them got tension with YoungBoy, and both of them record in Atlanta. So, no, I don't buy it. Truth is, Von's manager says this incident was personal between Quando and Von.
This has nothing to do with YoungBoy doing a song with Asian Doll, and that has nothing to do with this, right?
No. This has to do with Von being the person he is, and Ben, he don't like all that sneak this social media stuff.
And as those tensions escalated between both camps, word is Quando had been talking shit behind the scenes about Von for quite some time, to the point where Von said if he caught someone from that camp, he was putting hands on. And this music industry's small, you're gonna run into people, especially in Atlanta. That's where all the good studios are, producers, label offices. Quando Rondo's from Georgia, Durk and Von are both based out there too, so this was only a matter of time. Now, the Monaco Hookah Lounge is right in the center of downtown Atlanta. King Von's been to that spot before, it's a popular place, but it's also a red zone for shootouts. 3 people have been killed at this place in the last year alone. That's why there were undercovers patrolling the area that night and at the venue. Now the first reports that came out were confusing. The news said that undercover police had shot Von. We even saw dispatch calls from Chicago PD telling their officers that Atlanta police had shot Von and to move with caution around O Block because emotions would be high.
Last night in Atlanta, police shot King Von and 2 of his people. Social media is active with, they're upset with the police. So if we have any jobs in Parkway, send 2 cars. Keep your eyes open, be wary, they're not happy with
Damn, they knew
We later
shit,
found
though,
out
even if
3 separate crews were involved. Von's crew, Quando's crew, and the undercover police. Now nobody knows what set Von off, but Von's manager says that night he wasn't himself. Von was celebrating his album release at Opium Nightclub a few hours earlier. He was supposed to go back to his Airbnb around 2:30 in the morning, but he suddenly decided to switch routes midway and go to this hookah spot on Trinity Avenue about 10 minutes away. Now Von cannot carry weapons himself. He's been fighting that case with Durk in Atlanta for close to a year. They got strict guidelines to follow, but he knows his status. Usually Von travels with 3 to 4 security, a bulletproof truck, and his guys from Chicago. But on this night, he left Club Opium by himself with 1 driver and 1 other car, leaving that fleet of security behind. When Von got to the hookah spot, he waited for 30 minutes in the car, and his security finally got word of his new location change and immediately rushed over to get to him. The whole time, Quando Rondo just happened to be in the same parking lot at that same hookah spot, napping in his McLaren. I know coincidences can happen, but this one's pretty big. What are the chances that King Von randomly decided to change routes and go to a hookah spot where somebody that he doesn't like happens to be at? One of Von's friends spots Quando and goes back to tell Von, and on the CCTV camera we see Quando making his way over to this white SUV, scanning the area cautiously. Shortly after, you see Von leaping out of his own car, going looking for Quando. As soon as Von sees Quando, he starts throwing punches. Von is unarmed, but his crew is swarming Quando quickly. That's when Quando's bro Lil Tim hops out the white SUV, pulls a pistol out, and fires off 5 shots, hitting Von in the chest and thighs. Bullets also graze Von's manager, who is in the mix of it. All hell breaks loose. Von's bro Slutty, who was right next to Von when the brawl started, was the first person to return fire once Von gets shot, hitting Lil Tim in the leg once, but then his gun jams, so he can't finish the job. Now this actually saves Lil Tim's life. Him getting shot in the leg drops him to the ground, making him a non-threat to the undercover police who are creeping around back in the adjacent parking lot. With Lil Tim on the ground and Slutty standing over him with a jammed up Glock, Slutty turns and runs into the adjacent parking lot towards the undercovers, who start ringing off shots and hit both Slutty and another O-Block guy named Louis in the head, killing Slutty on the spot and leaving Louis in critical condition. This whole time, Quando is still tangled up with King Von, who's just been shot a bunch of times and has paralysis in the bottom half of his body. According to Von's manager, Quando was screaming, "Von shot, Von shot." And on camera, it looks like he leans in and holds close to Von, either trying to help him or take his chain. It's hard to say which. But eventually, Von's brother Muap runs over and knocks Quando in the head, separating him from Von, where they can now pick him up and escape in the getaway vehicle. Unfortunately, even though the hospital was just 10 minutes away, doctors could not save his life. And now, we're left in the aftermath.
Yes, sir, man. Rest in peace, King Von, man.
You're talking about two cliques with huge influence, money, and power. The very next day, we saw 600 Breezy hitting the freeway at 150 miles an hour, leaving Chicago to go to Baton Rouge as a declaration of war with NBA YoungBoy's crew 4KT.
We smoke if you really have. We condone the violence. All you hear is sirens.
Breezy is also openly talking about revenge on socials, leaving kissy emojis underneath Von's killer's IG page. Several days after everything happened, Von's childhood bro, Mimo600, went to Savannah, Georgia to film a music video in Quando Rondo's neighborhood. I think he filmed it in the housing complex close by. Regardless, point is, nobody's squashing nothing. And while Mimo was out there in Quando's neighborhood, this girl DMs him saying they should link up while he's there. After doing some research on the girl, Mimo finds her in a Quando Rondo music video just last year. It was a setup, a backdoor attempt in Quando's home city. And you've heard that theory, the enemy of your enemy is your friend. That's playing out in real time. But it's not just the industry that's affected by Von's death. We can look at the city of Chicago too. This has been the most violent year in Chicago since 2016. And just like when FBG Duck died, one side was laughing. Well, now it's the other side's turn. As these memes of Von packs are being shared all over the internet, diss songs being made, and people close to Duck just showing Von no signs of sympathy. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it for this video. Rest in peace to Von. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below.
Shout out to Travis Deep, rest in peace to King Von. It's the last video I'm gonna be doing on him, but man, he had a lot of wrong information in there. Cause one, I heard that the police supposed to shot both of them, Slutty and Louie. Well, they think they just said, yeah, police shot both of them, and I think police shot, what's his name? Lil Tim. And he told me the police just not came from around the back once he let off the shot. But the manager specifically said the police was right there the whole time. They was undercover. Like they said, as soon as the shots went off, they started firing. So, you know, I don't know. I wasn't there personally, but it seemed like a lot of wrong information is being spread now. It's like I'm confused. They probably confusing a lot of other motherfuckers too. Cause, you feel me? Once one story out, you can't switch it up and say a whole nother story. Them motherfuckers gonna be looking like, damn, so which one true? You feel me? But man, rest in peace to King Von. Hate that this situation happened, but it ended up happening. I know Quando probably would want to go back to where it didn't have to happen, but shit ended up happening, man. And now you gotta look over your shoulder everywhere you go, cause them niggas, they'll pop out anywhere. Them niggas coming all the way to Georgia and Baton Rouge and shit. You know they'll go to Mal to come wherever you at to try and take you out. If they get any type of info where you at, or if you ain't around no security, you feel me? Nobody who can probably protect you. They probably don't get no fuck if you around somebody that protect you anyway. Fuck around, kill them too. But man, let me know y'all fuck with this video. Like, comment, subscribe, get that 1K. We at 965, but I just put 950 right there, you feel me? My next video I drop, I should have 1K back there. So if y'all want me to drop my next video tomorrow, I should have 1K, right? I'm at 965 by tomorrow, I should have 1K. If y'all fuck with your boy. But I'm going to get up out of here and we gone.